Hi darlings, thank you so much for joining me on the Creative Retreat YouTube channel today. And today I have a Bible journaling process for you in my interleaf Bible. And you are probably wondering, why has this started off? But I'm going to explain all that now. I am journaling my first entry for the Such a Time. This is a beautiful devotional and it's based in the book of Esther. And I love this because last month we did the book of Ruth, and those of you that joined us know how beautiful that one was, and this devotional is just as beautiful. So yes, we're in the book of Esther, and over on my YouTube channel I did kind of a how-to process video of how to create a pattern or a faux pattern paper background with stamps in your Bible. So I did this to have a jumping off point to do my Bible journaling process or Bible journaling page, and I used these three elements from this month's Creative Retreat Faith Art Box stamp, and I also pulled an older stamp. This was Flourish, and I used this middle circle right here, or sorry, middle floral right here with the color pomegranate for these pink or darker pink fuchsia florals, and then also use Glory, which is here, because we talk about being chosen for His glory and how Esther was chosen for His glory. So I use 3 of these elements and then 2 elements from the Flourish stamp set. So if you have that, you can use that as well. I want to inspire you to use things in your kit. So you could use some, we get so many wonky hearts in the cardstock stickers, and we also get a couple in the glossy stickers, so you can use those if you don't have this other stamp set. You could use, for example, you could have used Such a Time and stamp it instead of the word glory, or because Glory and His are apart here, you could have used this big Glory in the background as well. So yes, so I am going to be basically using this as a jumping off point to create my page today here on the Creative Retreat YouTube channel. So let me go ahead and put you on fast forward. Let's dig in. I have cut down all of my journaling cards to add a focus feature on here, and yeah, let's get to it. Let's dig in. Okay, darling, sorry for the lengthy intro there. I just wanted to explain where this background comes from, and I'm so glad I did it because it made doing this page so much easier. So you see me there, I pulled out actually another stamp set because I wanted to put a centerpiece to my yellow florals because they looked kind of plain. And now I'm actually going to go through the journaling cards. I knew because I had this pattern, this faux pattern in the background, that I wanted to use a journaling card to house my journaling, but also to house a title. And so I thought journaling cards would be the best way to do that. And so I am going to kind of be shifting these around, trying to see which cards would work better. I wanted them to stand out and to pop off of my background, but I also wanted them to look like they belong with this background, so it doesn't look too off, not balanced. So I pick a couple of cards. Some of them I am doubling up. I go ahead and highlight my verse that's here in Esther chapter 4 verse 14, and you see me change my mind a lot. I'm just trying to see what looks best, and also I want to make sure I have one card for my title and one card for my journaling. So I end up with this right here. So I'm using that top card for my journaling, and the bottom 2 cards, those are going to be layered up for my title. I love that this greenish yellow card already has a phrase that is perfect for my title because it goes in perfectly with this verse. So I loved that. And then I'm going to be using the orange card to house my journaling. So you'll see me here actually use a tape runner. I have not used a tape runner in a long time in my Bible. I actually prefer liquid adhesive, but because I already had ink in the background, I kind of wanted not to smear that ink. So I'm using the tape runner there. And then over on the right-hand side next to my verse, I'm going to add a couple of wonky hearts just to bring over some of that color from my page over to the right-hand side. And I'm just using a cluster of colors that kind of represent all the colors that I have on the left here. And I'm going to outline those so they pop off the page as well. And then I'm going to grab one of these labels, add it to the bottom, and this is going to house my date stamp. It's one of the ways that I love to use these labels. I also use them for cross-references sometimes. And I'm going to be using that cocktail olive creative retreat color that I used for the glory in the background. And also, since I used that ink, I decided to grab that centerpiece. They're like little speckles from another kit. I believe it was not the Flourish kit, but I will link below the kit that it was. I found these little speckles that are from the center of another flower in another set, and I used that there, and then I grab my white Jelly Roll pen to add some lines to my greenery and also the orange tulips. This is just going to add some dimension to the florals. You don't see a lot of the difference here on camera, but in person it makes it look really good. Like, I was really happy that I went in and just added some details to the florals and the greenery because it makes it just a little bit more detailed, a little bit more realistic. Then I'll start on my journaling, and after reading chapter 4 of the book of Esther, it just reminds me that when Esther's uncle was telling her not to remain silent and to take action for God's people, it reminds me of how many times I have stayed silent or not taken action when I feel like God is calling me to do something out of fear or out of hesitation for what people may say. But that is not what my reaction should be. My reaction should be to jump into action because God has called and chosen me to do this work in this time, no matter how big the calling looks like or how small it looks like. God has called me for this time, for right now. And so I did a little prayer there, a reminder to myself to not hesitate when I feel that God is calling me to do something. I wrap up this page with a couple more wonky hearts, the word Fetty chosen to finish off my title, and this tab, which I think is perfect for this page. And that is it, darlings. That is how it turns out. I love this. So this is just a way of just simply using what you have in the kit or what you get in the kit to your best advantage. So I love how this turned out. Super bright, fun colors. And if you have not picked up this kit, I'm going to link it below for you. That way you can pick it up. I will list below the collection that's going to have all of the digitals, the physical kit, and the matching inks for you. Thank you so much for joining us each and every video here on the Creative Retreat channel. God bless. Bye.